you managed to find the man of your dreams? Does he sweep you off your feet, but are you struggling to keep him interested in you? Today, I want to look at the #1 tip for how you can get him addicted to you forever. Believe it or not, men are incredibly simple creatures. Stay until the end of this video for a free romance masterclass. Okay, here we go. The #1 tip on how to get a guy addicted to you forever is to set your standards. Yep, I'm afraid there's no magic involved. All you have to do is let him know what you expect. When you set your standards for a man, he will become aware of what he has to work towards if he wants you. If you just throw yourself at him, there will be nothing for him to work towards. And once he's used you, it will be a job well done, on to the next one. But by setting your standards, you're making it clear that romance is a tango, not a solo dance. If he expects you to give yourself to him, there are things he needs to do too. Also, by setting your standards, he should feel more comfortable with setting his. I'm pretty sure there are some of you who are watching this with fear. You're scared of setting your standards for a variety of reasons. You might think that if you set standards, he will become scared instead of striving to make you happy. He'll just leave you for someone who can make him happy. Some of you may also be worried that by setting your standards, you'll come across as entitled. You weren't raised to expect everything on a plate, and others won't just know what your standards are. I want to address each of these fears. Let's start by looking at those of you who are scared that setting standards will drive the guy away. Good. I know it's strange for a channel about dating to say good about driving a guy away, but hear me out. If he is unwilling to at least try to meet your expectations, you shouldn't be wasting your time with him. With literally billions of men out there, why are you wasting your time with the one who isn't even going to try for you? If he can't meet your standards, then leave. The second reason why some people are scared to set their standards is that they're worried they may come across as entitled. I say you're misunderstanding what entitled means. If you were to say, I expect my man to be amazing, but I'm going to put zero effort in myself, that would be entitled. However, what you're saying is, if you want me to get romantically involved with you and try to meet your standards, you have to meet mine. This is not entitlement. So long as you're willing to give, there is nothing entitled about making clear what you expect to be given in return. And the final reason why you might struggle to set your standards is that you don't know what they are yourself. Perhaps you're so used to being treated badly by men that you struggle to understand that you can expect something better than what you've been given. Other men have set your standards so low that you don't know how to raise them. Another reason is simply that you're new to dating. You've never done it before, so you don't know how it all works. But another common reason is just that you don't know what you want. Before we continue with the video, are you finding this helpful? If you are, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to be updated on our next video, be sure to click that notification bell. And if you know someone who could do with this advice, make sure to share it with them. But anyway, on with the video. To be clear, standards are not something that you carve into stone when you start dating and then never change. As you meet more people, you might find that what's important to you changes. When you're setting your standards, the most basic place to start is to think about what you like or what you don't like. Would you prefer a man who takes control or one who lets you have freedom? Where do you see this relationship going? Will he have to have proposed to you by a certain year? Looking at your parents could be a great reference point. We've spoken a lot about the importance of standards, but before we get on to the masterclass, I want to talk a bit about good standards versus bad standards. Good standards to set are focused on what you find important and what could help your relationship to flourish. These include loyalty, appreciation, respect, and absence of jealousy. Unfortunately, there will be things you may have to compromise on, but if he cheats on you or doesn't respect that you have a career, this is not a compromise, it's just wrong. However, some people hear the word standard and their mind goes to all the wrong places. You can't expect a guy to make millions of dollars, be in peak physical fitness, and always be smooth and charming if you're not a model-level attractive, stay-at-home wife who gives him sex whenever he wants. If your standards are related to money, appearance, or anything superficial, you have misunderstood what we meant by standards. If you only want to date 10 out of 10 millionaires, I'm not stopping you. But be aware you might not be treated well and you may end up heartbroken. Now, like we promised, we have a masterclass for you. In the description, you can see a course called Learn to Love Yourself So You Can Love Your Partner Better, which can help you to set the standards we've been talking about today. Thanks for watching, and let us know in the comments what your standards are.